No, this is damning. It really is. I got it.
Aja Wilson is out here sounding like the coach, GM, and team owner rolled into one, calling out her own squad like she's running the whole franchise. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's transformation has the internet in a frenzy, like she just hit Super Saiyan status. One stirring the pot in the locker room, the other's powering up like she's in the middle of an Anon training montage. So, what's the real tea? Let's unpack it, because this drama is hotter than Aja's confidence right now.
So Caitlin Clark in college was not the strongest player in the world. Like, she was somebody that wasn't weak by any means, but we saw when it came to the WNBA that she wasn't able to really assert herself physically, and in fairness, her first game matchup was a tough one because her first matchup was against
Aja Wilson is back at it, running her mouth and tossing her own teammates under the bus like she had no part in the Aces' collapse last season. While she's busy deflecting blame, Caitlin Clark looks like she just got drafted by the Avengers. Caitlin's been grinding in silence, and now the internet can't stop buzzing over the results. One's pointing fingers, the other's putting in work, and it's showing.
Wasn't a championship locker room, Wilson said. I mean, out of the gate, going into training camp, I was like, we ain't got it. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. I always told myself, we're going to get it. We're going to check each box, but we didn't.
Last season, the Aces crumbled when it counted, and now Aja Wilson is out here dodging accountability and pointing fingers at the locker room. She's calling out teammates like she wasn't right there on the court when it all unraveled. Oh, so now it's everyone else's fault but yours, Aja. Wild how she went from praising her teammates to blaming them real quick. The switch-up is loud and messy.
Clark is carrying the WNBA, and the numbers prove it. But guess what? Some so-called experts are downplaying her impact. CBS reporters actually said she's not the one moving the sport forward. Seriously? Clark is responsible for over 20% of
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark took the criticism head-on. After her rookie season, Coach Stephanie White didn't sugarcoat it. She said Caitlin needed to get stronger. And guess what? Caitlin didn't take it personally, didn't point fingers, and definitely didn't run to a podcast to air out drama. She locked in, hit the gym, and went to work. Now she's looking like she's ready to take over the WNBA in 2025. No excuses, just results.
You know how the league plays, if nothing else.
Yes, she is stronger, first and foremost. And again, she's got a lot of self-awareness. And, she figured that out, right away. Like, I need to get stronger. I can't get knocked around as much. And so she's done a great job of getting in the weight room and really focusing on her areas that she needs to focus on in terms of strength, in terms of, low center of gravity, time under tension, like all of those things. I think the next step is...
Caitlin Clark is in the best shape of her life, and the internet is losing it. The transformation is unreal. She's stronger, quicker, and more explosive than ever. You can see the muscle definition in her arms, the drive in her legs. She's built for domination. This is what greatness looks like. The elite don't just hear feedback. They turn it into fuel. Caitlin didn't just listen. She answered with action. And now, she's coming back to make a statement.
It was working out when something unexpected happened that freaked everyone out. You could see the surprise on the face of the woman next to him, clearly concerned by the unusual noise that erupted. But instead of panicking, he remained completely unfazed. As it turns out, he was just cracking his back, a sound that might have seemed alarming at first. He gave it another crack in a different position, proving he was totally fine.
Aja Wilson, on the other hand, she's a little too busy making excuses. Sure, she's got a ring. But now that things aren't going her way, she's tossing teammates under the bus like she's behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler. Accountability? Nowhere in sight. If Caitlin Clark had Aja's mindset, she'd still be stuck in the gym complaining instead of leveling up. But Caitlin isn't built like that. She's putting in the work while Aja is out here putting out blame. It's wild how one player takes criticism and turns it into fuel, while the other takes it and starts pointing fingers. Caitlin's showing what real leadership looks like, setting the tone with her grind. Meanwhile, Aja's playing the blame game. Maybe it's time she took a page out of Caitlin's book, because finding scapegoats won't win championships.
You all have to keep in mind is that the Las Vegas Aces do not have a GM right now. They let go of their GM a couple months ago, and they have not put anyone in that place. And so, hey, Nikki Fargas and Becky Hammond are trying to make some wonders without an actual GM. So let's get into specifically what has been happening. So the latest departures for the Las Vegas Aces include 2 heavy hitters off the bench and 2 former 2023 and 2024.
Caitlin Clark didn't have to say a word. Her transformation says it all. You can see it in the muscle definition, the way she's moving on the court. She's about to be an even bigger nightmare for defenders next season. Aja Wilson. Looks like she's gearing up with a fresh batch of excuses for when things don't go her way again. While Aja keeps pointing fingers at everyone but herself, Caitlin is out here letting her grind speak volumes, and the internet is loving every second of it. 2025 season hasn't even tipped off, and Caitlin Clark is already winning. Meanwhile, Aja's still trying to convince everyone she's not the issue. Keep talking, Aja. Caitlin's just going to keep working, and the results are going to keep speaking louder than any podcast ever could.
Like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every
When you're talking about GOATs of the W, I need my name to be up there, at least top 3. Like that's my goal is like, I want something like when you're thinking of women's basketball, when you're thinking of the W, I want my name to be on it.
Come on, tell them, Asia, tell them.
Takes like whatever it needs to get there, whether it's the rings, whether it's the accolades individually, like I want to be up there.
Caitlin Clark saw the nonsense last season and said, "Not this year, y'all." Remember when players were acting like tackling her was part of the game plan. She was getting double-teamed at the grocery store, full court pressed in the parking lot, and flagrantly fouled at the gas station. It was absurd. But instead of whining about it like certain people, cough, Aja Wilson, cough, Caitlin hit the lab. And when I say work, I mean work. 6 straight months. No distractions. No vacations. No, I need to rest my body excuses. Just straight up grind.
A beautiful season, the Indiana Fever, based on what they did last year before she got there, based on how they look now since she's gotten there.
They're gonna make the playoffs, Ocho, and they didn't do that last year.
Yeah, it ain't rocket science. Sis is good.
If y'all didn't think she heard all the comment about her not deserving, you don't get to the level she got to without using some type of...
Aja Wilson has been busy running a one-woman excuse tour. Oh, I was tired. Oh, we had injuries. Oh, the refs didn't give us calls. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark got hit like it was the NFL and didn't say a word. She just hit the gym and turned into a beast. Fast forward to now, and Caitlin's looking dangerous. You thought she was pulling from the logo before. Now she's pulling from the other team's locker room. Aja's still explaining why she couldn't get the job done. It was a long season. Well, Caitlin's season was long too, and she spent her off-season getting ready to wreck defenders. Caitlin's been grinding non-stop for 6 months, while Aja's talking about fatigue. Please. Caitlin's showing up to camp looking like a superhero, while Aja's got another excuse ready. One's been putting in work, the other's been putting in interviews. The season's about to start, and you already know, Aja will be talking about staying locked in while Caitlin sends shots into orbit. Aja will be looking for sympathy, while Caitlin's defenders will need workers come. The league tried to slow Caitlin down last year. Now they'll have to deal with a version of her that looks like she's been training with The Rock. Aja, on the other hand, will still be blaming everyone else.
Staley taught her that a winning team should, quote, look, sound, and feel a certain way. I gotta tell you, there's a lot that one could take out of that right there. Wilson said that the Aces didn't meet those standards.